Have you ever held a sturdy jute bag and wondered, where does this fabric come from? It's not silk, not nylon, yet it makes such big, durable bags that look so eco-friendly. The answer, it comes from a plant whose very name sounds cool. Jute. It's the silent superhero in the world of eco-friendly fabrics. Jute is a real speedster. It takes only 3 months to grow from a tiny seed into a tall, slender plant. No pricey fertilizers, no fancy pesticides, just sunshine, rain, and patience. If jute were a person, it'd be that quiet neighbor who's always ready to help you carry a heavy sack of cement. Jute isn't here to give you fruits or look pretty. It's here to provide raw materials for tough, reliable, and ultra-green bags and mats. After harvesting, jute heads off for a long spa treatment, soaking in water for up to 2 weeks. This moisturizing regimen softens those stubborn fibers, making them easier to separate. Completely natural, no chemicals involved, like those detox routines everyone raves about. Next up, the transformation step. Workers strip away the outer bark to reveal golden strands inside, much like peeling an onion, but without the tears. The fibers are spread out under the sun for a natural sun bath. No electricity needed. The air fills with a mix of earth, water, and a hint of rustic charm. Once dry, the fibers are gently beaten and combed straight, like getting ready for a fancy party, just without the fancy dresses. Now get ready to witness some real magical transformation. Dry jute fibers can't become fabric right away. They need a workout at the industrial gym. First, they go into a fiber opening machine. Think of it as a super intense, vibrating massage that fluffs the fibers out like hair after a wild storm. Don't worry, it's the good kind of tangled, not the messy life kind. Next, machines spin these tangled fibers into long, thin, uniform threads, like making fresh pasta, except this pasta never hits the frying pan. These threads are wound into spools and fed into industrial weaving machines, not old-fashioned hand looms, but a noisy, efficient orchestra of machines. Threads cross each other to create rough, rustic, yet powerful jute fabric. It's not silky like silk, nor soft like cotton, but it's tough, like that quiet neighbor who can carry a sack of cement without complaining. From this rugged jute fabric, we can make all kinds of products: shopping bags, floor mats, ropes, and eco-friendly packaging. But here's the proud fact. These pure jute products don't go through any bleaching or chemical dyeing processes. Meaning the colors you see on your jute bag aren't from bright dyes or bleach. They're the natural, earthy, pure hues of the jute plant itself. And it's exactly this naturalness that makes these products trustworthy, green friends for our planet. The jute bag you carry isn't just convenient, it's a fashion statement for sustainability. You're literally wearing nature, not a chemical factory. By using jute bags, you're making a small but crucial contribution to reducing plastic waste and harmful chemicals in daily life. And the best part? When your jute bag gets old and ready to retire, it naturally decomposes, returning to Mother Earth without leaving any ugly traces. A perfect life cycle for an eco-friendly product. In a world rushing after cheap and fast, sometimes the rough and slow things make the biggest difference. Jute fabric isn't flashy, but it's reliable and trustworthy. Every time you use a jute bag, you send a gentle message. I care about this planet. So next time you step out the door, don't forget to bring your beloved, durable jute bag. It's not just a bag, it's a small but heartfelt thank you you give to Earth. Thank you for watching this video. If you'd like us to make videos on any topics related to recycling or the green industry, please leave your suggestions in the comments below. Thank you again, and see you next time. You eat a banana and toss the peel. Out in the fields, farmers cut down the whole plant after harvest, and that giant trunk usually just thrown away. But wait, what if I told you that very trunk, something most people think is only good for pig feed, could actually be turned into fabric for clothing? That's right. Inside the layers of a banana stem are natural fibers. People have figured out how to extract them, spin them into yarn, and weave them into fabric. The result? A strong, breathable, fully biodegradable textile that, surprisingly, looks pretty stylish. Just imagine, today you're wearing a shirt made from banana fiber, and a few years later, it naturally returns to the soil to nourish a new banana tree. That's the perfect green fashion loop. So how does a mushy trunk transform into wearable clothes? Let's peel back the story. Here's the truth. Fashion is one of the dirtiest industries on earth. Cotton, soft and breathable, but a total water hog and pesticide addict. Polyester, basically plastic, and every wash sheds thousands of microplastics that end up in the ocean. Meanwhile, banana plants grow everywhere in the tropics. They don't need extra water or chemicals, and once the fruit is harvested, the stem is usually discarded. Billions of tons of biomass left to rot or burn every year. Turning that waste into fabric hits two birds with one stone. 1. Farmers earn extra income from what was once trash. 2. Fashion gets a renewable, sustainable raw material. In other words, finding golden garbage. Even replacing a small fraction of cotton or polyester with banana fiber could mean less pollution, less water wasted, and a fashion industry that feels a little less guilty. Banana fiber comes from the pseudostem, the thick, layered stalk that looks like a giant onion. Peel back the layers, and inside are long, cellulose-rich fibers, naturally strong and perfect for spinning. Fun fact, banana fiber is tougher than bamboo, yet finer than hemp. Depending on which layer it's taken from, it can be coarse, great for rugs and ropes, or soft and silky, ideal for clothing. So bananas aren't just for smoothies or banana bread. The plant is basically a walking wardrobe if you know how to process it. Quick comparison. Cotton, soft, breathable, but extremely thirsty. One t-shirt can take more than 2,600 liters of water. That's a drink no one can afford. Polyester, cheap, durable, wrinkle-free, but it's plastic. Wash it once, and thousands of microfibers end up in rivers. Fish eat them, and eventually, we eat the fish. Yikes. Banana fiber needs almost no extra water, comes from farm waste, 100% biodegradable, breathable like cotton, strong like hemp, and as eco-friendly as your favorite reusable tote bag. The catch? It's not yet mass-produced like cotton or polyester, so it's still a newcomer. But imagine a wardrobe that doesn't make the earth pay the price. Cotton shrinks, polyester pollutes, but banana fabric, it goes back to nature. Banana fiber isn't new at all. In Japan, centuries ago, it was used to make traditional bashofu fabric. Artisans carefully extracted, spun, and wove it into elegant kimonos. Today, India, Nepal, and the Philippines are reviving the craft. Farmer cooperatives and sustainable fashion brands are turning discarded banana stems into high-value textiles. Even big-name fashion houses in Europe and the US are starting to take notice. What began as a village tradition is now growing into a global movement. From Tokyo's runways to eco-boutiques in New York, banana fiber is weaving its way into the future of fashion. So, how exactly does a soggy banana trunk transform into fabric you can wear? Let's break it down step by step. Step 1. Harvesting the stem. After fruiting, banana plants don't produce again. Farmers cut down the pseudo-stem instead of leaving it to rot in the field. Step 2. Peeling the layers. The trunk is made of overlapping sheaths, peeled one by one, like a giant onion. Step 3. Fiber extraction, decortication, the key stage. Once done by hand with knives, now specialized decorticator machines are used. They press and scrape the stem to pull out long fibers while removing sap and pulp. Outer layers yield coarse, stiff fibers perfect for ropes and mats. Inner layers provide the fine, silky fibers used in textiles. Step 4. Washing and degumming. Fresh fibers are sticky with sap and starch, which can cause discoloration. They're washed in water, sometimes with mild alkali, to clean and soften them. Step 5. Drying. Clean fibers are sun-dried for 2 to 3 days, or machine-dried to bring moisture below 10%. Proper drying ensures strength and color quality. Step 6. Spinning. Dried fibers are combed straight, then spun into yarn, either by hand, like silk, or with spinning machines. Step 7. Weaving, knitting. Pure banana yarn can be stiff, so it's often blended with cotton, silk, or hemp. The result ranges from silky, smooth fabrics to sturdy, canvas-like textiles. Step 8. Finishing. The fabric is bleached, dyed, often with natural dyes, pressed and sometimes treated for wrinkle resistance or waterproofing. The final product? High-quality textiles from what was once farm waste. Banana fiber isn't just for clothing. Coarser grades are perfect for ropes, mats, paper, even banknotes. The finer fibers? That's where fashion shines. Some designers blend banana with cotton or silk for luxury fabrics. Others use it in everyday sustainable wear. Beyond fashion, researchers are exploring banana fiber for car interiors, home decor, and even medical textiles. In short, whatever cotton can do, banana can do too, only greener. Next time you slip on a stylish jacket, imagine saying, "Yeah, this one's made from bananas." Cool, right? From what once seemed like farm waste, people have discovered a way to turn banana stems into sustainable, eco-friendly fabric. This story shows us something important. Solutions to fashion's biggest problems may lie in the most familiar places, like a lush banana field. So next time you touch a natural fiber garment, ask yourself, does this fabric only look good today, or does it also help protect tomorrow? If the answer is yes, then you're holding more than just clothing. You're holding a promise for a greener future. And there you have it, the journey of banana fiber, from a discarded stem, through human ingenuity and fiber technology, into fabric that carries a message of circular living. If you too believe fashion can change the world, starting with the simplest of threads, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to spread the word. You open a package and find it stuffed with white foam. A few minutes later, it's in the trash, and a few hundred years later, it finally decides to move on. Now imagine this. That same cushion is made from mushroom roots, still guarding your goods like a pro bodyguard. But when the job's done, it simply retires into the soil and vanishes into nature within weeks. No landfill, no eco-guilt. This isn't just packaging material. It's a secret agent keeping your products safe while letting the planet breathe a sigh of relief. And the secret lies in mycelium, the underground network of mushrooms, or as I like to call it, the forest's Wi-Fi. It all starts with a unique production process designed for truly eco-friendly manufacturing. EPS foam is light, cheap, and impact-resistant, but recycling it is practically zero. It drifts off into the ocean like it's on vacation, only to end up as an unwanted lunch for fish and seabirds. Once in the environment, EPS breaks down into microplastics that stick around for centuries, quietly checking in inside our bodies. Producing EPS burns through petroleum, devours energy, and pumps out greenhouse gases. Thankfully, mycelium plus agricultural byproducts can create mushroom packaging. Durable, lightweight, non-toxic, low carbon, and fully biodegradable. This is the result of a smart production process that's paving the way for eco-friendly manufacturing worldwide. In other words, it protects your products while also protecting the oceans, forests, and your dinner from that faint taste of plastic foam. If you think mushrooms are only for stir-fries or hot pots, let me introduce you to their hidden side, mycelium. Imagine the mushroom you see above ground as just the earphones, while the real wiring system lies beneath the soil. That's mycelium, and it's the golden ingredient behind an eco-friendly production process that's reshaping the packaging industry. Mycelium can bind together naturally like glue, grow into molds like a skilled ceramic artist, and when dried, it's as light and sturdy as EPS foam. In this production process, once it's done its job, it doesn't linger for centuries like EPS. It gracefully disappears, returning everything back to nature. In other words, this is packaging material that politely asks to leave the stage when its role is done. One of the first questions people ask when they hear about mushroom packaging is, okay, it's green and clean, but isn't it crazy expensive? In reality, the price of mycelium material is still slightly higher than EPS, especially for small orders. EPS has been mass-produced for decades using cheap petroleum-based plastic plus well-established technology. So the average price of EPS packaging is only around $2,000 to $3,000 per ton. In mycelium, prices can range from $3,000 to $4,500 per ton, depending on production volume and customization. But with large-scale production, the price gap narrows significantly, sometimes even matching EPS. Here's the twist. If you factor in waste disposal fees, environmental taxes, and long-term ecological damage, EPS suddenly becomes shockingly expensive. Mycelium, on the other hand, completely biodegrades after use without any special disposal cost. If you compare EPS and mycelium in real terms, mycelium is like buying a slightly pricier bus ticket, but when you get off, you're already home. EPS is the cheap ticket that ends with a $50 taxi ride you didn't plan for. In 2007, two American college students kicked off an eco-friendly production process right in their garage, mixing mushroom roots, mycelium, with agricultural waste to create packaging material. After numerous, literally smelly experiments, they caught the attention of Dell, IKEA, Puma, and went on to found Ecovative, the first company to commercialize mushroom packaging. Since then, mushroom packaging has become an appealing process, inspiring other companies to join in. Magical Mushroom, UK, Grown.bio, Netherlands, Mycotech, Indonesia. Still, Ecovative has maintained its pioneer status, with products now found in thousands of stores and global supply chains. And they didn't stop at packaging. They've expanded their eco-friendly production process into vegan leather, alternative meats, and even construction materials. Truly a one process, many applications story. This process starts with agricultural waste. It may not sound glamorous, but to mycelium, the root system of mushrooms, it's a 5-star buffet. Straw, rice husks, corn stalks, coffee husks. The kind of stuff farmers often burn or throw away suddenly becomes gold here. And don't worry, these aren't the kind of mushrooms that suddenly pop up in the back of your fridge. Step 1. Setting the table, a bacteria-free buffet. First, this agricultural waste is ground into smaller pieces, not for looks, but to give mycelium plenty of room to attach and feed. Before serving, it's sterilized with high-pressure steam. Why? Because if not, wild bacteria and mold will rush in to eat first, ruining the whole batch. EPS, on the other hand, is made from petroleum-based plastic, which requires extraction, refining, and transport, all of which burn energy and release CO2. Here, we're simply reusing something that was already waste. Think of EPS as that VIP guest at a banquet who demands special service, racks up the bill, and isn't exactly eco-friendly. Step 2. The meet cute when mushroom roots meet straw. Now it's time to mix lab-grown mycelium into the prepared agricultural waste. It's like baking bread. Flour plus yeast equals fluffy loaf. Here, waste plus mycelium equals living dough for a bio-based material. The moment they meet, mycelium begins weaving through every fiber, releasing enzymes to break down cellulose, and gradually using its ultrafine root threads to glue everything together. No chemicals, no heat pressing, no heavy machinery. It all happens naturally, quietly, like the earth knitting a protective blanket for itself. If EPS is a Vegas quick wedding, mycelium is slow, lasting love, without the environmental drama. Step 3, mold couture, the packaging world's catwalk. The mixture is placed into molds, corner protectors, cosmetic trays, wine bottle holders, or any quirky shape you can dream up. Mycelium is the perfect tailor. Whatever shape you give it, it grows to fit exactly, down to the millimeter. Over 4 to 6 days in temperatures around 72 to 79 degrees Fahrenheit and humidity of 60 to 70%, it grows strong, wrapping every bit of material and turning it into a solid, sturdy block. EPS? It needs plastic beads, steam, heated molds, and burns through a lot of electricity and water while releasing toxic styrene gas. In other words, EPS is like a handmade hobby that somehow requires full-time air conditioning and 10 assistants. Step 4, freeze frame, keeping its shape. Once the shape is complete, the product is oven dried. This stops mycelium's growth completely and removes moisture, boosting durability and cutting weight. At this point, it's no longer alive, but still rock solid, able to sit in storage for months, ready to go. Think of it as a Hollywood action star who freezes their look at age 30 forever. Step 5, the final beauty pageant. Not every mushroom gets the crown. The products hit quality control. Each one is checked for shape accuracy, surface smoothness, and transport durability. The top scores are packed and shipped out. Defective ones? Never wasted. They're ground up and fed back into the next production batch. In the mycelium world, even beauty pageant runner-ups get a second chance. Step 6, a short life but a meaningful one. Mushroom packaging protects your goods, then politely disappears. You can simply bury it in the soil or toss it into compost. Within 30 to 60 days, it breaks down completely, leaving nutrients for the earth. EPS? It hangs around for hundreds of years, drifting across oceans and sometimes lodged in a sea turtle's stomach. If mycelium is the polite guest who visits and leaves, EPS is the house guest who stays for 3 generations. Final verdict after these 6 steps. Mycelium scores a perfect win. EPS is out of the game. From the straw in the fields, shaped by the hands of science and nature, it takes just 1 week to become a sturdy, elegant product that disappears without a trace. It proves that eco-friendly solutions aren't always expensive or inconvenient. Sometimes they just need to be a bit smarter and a bit more patient. Above all, it stands as living proof that if mushrooms can replace plastic, humans can certainly replace their bad habits. The only question left, will you choose EPS or mushrooms? Mushroom packaging is now used for protective corner pads for electronics, premium cosmetic trays, wine boxes, and dry food packaging. Each ton of mushroom packaging produced through its eco-friendly process reduces at least 1.5 tons of CO2 emissions compared to EPS. If this technology were adopted on a large scale, millions of tons of plastic waste would never be created. In the future, mycelium could be paired with 3D printing to produce ultra-fast custom packaging, or dyed with natural pigments to enhance aesthetics while maintaining a sustainable manufacturing process. Scientists are also exploring its potential to create soundproofing, insulation materials, and even building bricks, all through the same eco-friendly process, minimizing harm to the ecosystem. From a small farm idea, mushroom packaging has grown into a key player in the global sustainability movement, leading the way in eco-friendly manufacturing. It shows us that solutions to big problems can sometimes come from something very small, like a single strand of mushroom root in an innovative production process. Next time you open a package, ask yourself, is what's protecting my product also protecting the planet? And if the answer is yes, you've just received a double gift, the item you ordered and a greener future built from an eco-friendly process right from the start. So we've just explored the journey of mushroom packaging, from a tiny thread of mycelium through a smart, sustainable production process to becoming a powerful, eco-friendly solution. If you believe that small changes today can shape a greener tomorrow, hit like, subscribe, and share this video to help spread the word. And who knows, the next time you open a package, you might smile knowing that inside, you're not just holding your order, but also a piece of the earth that's been protected.